This is a giant squid, captured in an early historic photograph after washing ashore on a cold beach. For centuries, brave mariners returned from ocean voyages with terrifying stories of a monster lurking beneath the waves. They called it the Kraken, a gigantic beast capable of wrapping giant arms around wooden ships and pulling full crews into the dark ocean abyss. For hundreds of years, scientists laughed at these tales, writing them off as silly drunken sailor myths. But then physical evidence started washing up on coastal beaches across the globe. Massive alien-like tentacles lined with sharp circular suckers began appearing in fishermen nets. It turned out the myth was completely real, and the creature lived thousands of feet below the surface of the sea. So, how did a real animal become humanity's worst nightmare, and why is it still one of the hardest creatures on Earth to find? Picture an ocean predator as long as a city bus weighing over half a ton. It thrives in absolute pitch-black darkness, where water pressure would instantly crush an unprotected human. For hundreds of years, the only way humans ever saw one was when a dying body floated to the ocean's surface. In 1874, off the coast of Newfoundland, local fishermen reported an encounter that shocked the world. A giant creature rose from the depths, locking its sucker-lined arms onto their small wooden boat. To survive, one fisherman grabbed an axe and chopped off a piece of the grasping tentacle. That severed arm measured 19 feet long, giving science solid proof that sea leviathans were real. Yet even after scientists confirmed their existence, no living giant squid had ever been filmed in its natural habitat. We had already sent humans to the moon, mapped distant planets, and explored frozen Arctic poles. But the giant squid remained completely invisible in its ocean home. Why was finding a living giant squid so extraordinarily difficult for modern science? The answer comes down to where they live, deep in the twilight zone, thousands of feet underwater. For decades, scientists lowered bright floodlights and noisy motorized submersibles into the deep, but every single time they saw nothing at all. It turned out their loud engine motors and dazzling spotlights were scaring the squids away long before cameras could see them. Enter marine biologist Tsunemi Kubodera, a man determined to capture the first live footage. He realized he needed a new strategy, so he began tracking sperm whales. Sperm whales are the giant squid's ultimate rival, often resurfacing with circular sucker scars carved across their skin. In 2004, off Japan's Ogasawara Islands, Kubodera's team lowered a baited line over 2,000 feet deep. Suddenly, a massive creature struck the bait in the dark, triggering an automatic underwater camera. For the first time in human history, scientists had photographic proof of a living giant squid in the wild ocean. But photos were not enough because the world wanted to see this creature moving on camera. In 2012, researchers tried a completely revolutionary underwater approach. Instead of noisy motors, they built a silent craft using faint blue lighting that mimicked bioluminescent jellyfish. They lowered the silent probe into the pitch-black ocean, drifting quietly in the abyss. Then out of the deep void, a massive glittering silver form slowly emerged. High-definition cameras finally recorded the giant squid swimming naturally in its home world. What they captured revealed an animal built for ultimate deep-sea hunting. Its eyes are the size of basketballs, making them the largest eyes in the entire animal kingdom. These massive eyes collect every faint ray of light, allowing it to spot blow-in prey in complete dark. Its arms are lined with sharp serrated rings of chitin that lock onto struggling prey like tiny saws. At the center of its tentacles sits a hard parrot-like beak, capable of slicing flesh with immense force. Inside its mouth is a spiked tongue called a radula, which grinds food before it gets swallowed. Strangely, its esophagus passes directly through its ring-shaped brain, so swallowing large chunks could cause injury. Down in the dark ocean depths, giant squids fight epic battles with hunting sperm whales. When attacked, the squid launches two long feeding tentacles forward like harpoons. It releases dark black ink to blind predators, using jet propulsion to rocket backward into safety. Yet despite modern science, vast mysteries about this creature remain unsolved. No human has ever witnessed the giant squid hunting its natural prey in the ocean depths. No scientist has ever documented how they mate or where they rear their young. And researchers believe an even larger species, the colossal squid, lives hidden in frigid Antarctic waters. The ocean covers 70% of Earth, yet humans have explored less than 5% of it. The giant squid reminds us that our planet still shelters incredible living monsters in the deep shadow. What other ancient mysteries are waiting down in the dark abyss for us to finally find them?